take me to tour, it made me question much more about why I love my neighbourhood so much and wanted to share it with other people who wouldn't ever see it normally. And then I suppose the knock-on effect was that I saw other people's areas, but the real key drive for me was sharing my area with other people who would know nothing about it. People are scared of it, and I love it. It's the incredible mixture of cultures, and it's one of the few places in Peterborough that I really think is a neighbourhood where people watch out for each other, talk to each other, and are involved in each other's lives to some extent.
They're working towards creating a module or a unit of work with that particular year group, and we're going to follow through and see what engagement in a Peterborough-based curriculum does for them, again individually and as a member of a school community. So I think it's had a really positive effect. Whilst it's not finished yet, it's causing a change in people's attitudes to the city.
My involvement's been with Dogsthorpe Junior School, a local school, and we haven't been involved with schools yet. So this is our first kind of work partnership with a school, and it's helped us get understanding what schools want and put a nice curriculum together so kids get something out of it, as well as ourselves.
I have found it there is a change in me. Before I wasn't talking so much. Now I know to talk with unknown people is a very good experience.
Affected me by allowing me to meet people who are as interested and as passionate about Peterborough as I am, which is something that I always struggled with when I was younger, trying to find people that really kind of cared. It's been great for the project that I work for, the Green Backyard, because it's meant that, you know, we've reached out to a whole new group of people, again, who kind of share that passion for the city.
It's energised me, I think I've said before. You know, the first year of coming and living here and trying to encourage people to be more socially inclusive of everyone, we were on our own. We were very much struggling. We didn't have support of any service providers or anything. We've had to sort of learn how to bring all them in and incorporate and be inclusive of all them. With Citizen Power coming in, it's just, yeah, it's energised us. Many people that I wouldn't have met through, you know, we had a garden party, picnic thing at the Green Backyard, and we've met two coordinators of things, yourself and Christina, and then to meet an artist as well. It's great to have an artist in your life, you know.
I certainly met people that I wouldn't have, I can't imagine I'd have met anywhere else, but also since then I keep bumping into people. I went to an art exhibition, I can't remember what they're called now, but they hold them in different houses in Peterborough, back in May I think, and I walked in one and they went, "Hello Hilary," and where do I know you from? And they'd been, I think they weren't on my tour, but we'd met in one of the introductory sessions, so that's quite astounding.
The sessions that were set up last year that provided us with access for networking, which is something that's incredibly useful with the job I do here at Thomas Dean Academy. That was immensely useful, jointly because we've got contacts that we probably wouldn't have had that are different areas of the school can work with the young people devising the curriculum module, but also, given that it's always very good to network, we've actually got contacts that have developed into partnerships for other aspects of the school as well. So, for example, we had a link with a theatre group, and they're going to work with us on a European project. So that would be, you know, enabling our students to take part in something that has an even broader community impact, which is great.
Yes, I've seen changes with the kids actually knowing a bit more about Peterborough itself. I've seen a change in that.
It was very good, really. In my staying in Peterborough, 1981, since that, and on that day, feast I had it, I was very much happy, because I know this is really the world. We can meet each other, we can eat and talk each other. That was very, very good. I wish I could have done, or you have done every year like that. I will be happy.
I don't know if I do notice any changes in Peterborough. I think I notice changes in the people here, so I guess that is a change. People seem slightly more, I think, heartened and encouraged just by what other people are doing around them. It's that kind of doing something together rather than on your own that makes the biggest impact.
I think them hidden changes, what I was talking about previously, them changes what you don't really know. You've set out your stall and you set your goals up with your constitution, that this is the things you want to achieve, but there's them hidden changes that happen just through the environment that you've helped to create. And I think them changes are great. You know, a man turning his life around after coming out of prison, a lady after being raped being comfortable around men again, you know, and the many other changes that have probably gone on which we don't know about. But the other changes that have gone on, yes, antisocial behaviour has been reduced by 99%. You know, the people that are moving into this building are different people that they were, you know, moved in previously. There's a big change there. The fabric of the building, you know, we've managed to convince the landlords that this is our home and we want it to look nice, and you know, they should be taking care of it. They get their money from our rents and they should be taking care of it. So, and then personal changes have been my growth, my personal growth with learning how to work with others in the voluntary sector, and learning how to work with others in the community.
I've been thinking about how you could carry on with the meeting of people who wouldn't meet anywhere else. That was the key thing for me for Take Me To tours, and I was thinking perhaps setting up a website which worked as a sort of dating agency, so you could advertise you're willing to do a tour in your area and other people could say, yeah, I'd like to go on that one.
Well, I think from the point of view of the school, what we'd like is that we've established something that we think is really relevant, really useful, really interesting, that the students enjoy, that we can do every year, so that it has sustainability, so it has legs, it's got life, it's something that can be reviewed, it's something that can be added to, amended, updated, but it essentially means that all of a particular year group, at the very minimum, get to know their community much better than they did, much better than they say they did when they started at secondary school. So we hope it broadens their horizons, really.
It was a very good tour, but I think you should organize more than that, really. So we can see where the place where we have been there, but I haven't been in my life. When I was in Peterborough, I have seen this is first time the places which I have been shown.
So the next stage has to be sort of people taking things on like this themselves. They've sort of had the inspiration and some new tools, although really we had the tools to begin with. You know, we there's nothing that we can't do as a city. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how people then change it themselves.
Well, we've set out some clear definitions with the residency, haven't we? Some clear goals. We'd like this name change to go ahead, and we'd like these workshops to go ahead. But the changes we'd like them to bring about, and I keep talking about these hidden changes, these unseen changes, these changes that are going to leave a legacy. You know, that the environment and the atmosphere of the building is that there's a permanent change to it, you know, something that's going to be long lasting, and the reputation of this building has changed, you know, and I think that was one of our underlying goals, without saying it like that. It was one of our objectives was to create a community spirit here again, you know, so that's what I'd like to see when the picture's finished.
Because I like a lot of things to be done differently, but I have no answers. No answers. Because at the minute where there's people leading these events, I don't know how much is going to continue after that is finished. I don't know.
Relating that question to Peterborough and to education, I think there's been enormous benefits for us meeting with colleagues from other secondary schools and primary schools. And I think for the whole thing to have been purposeful and relevant and to be maintained, there's got to be ownership, certainly, but there's also got to be some leadership, some management, and so how that's really, I suppose, at the moment up for grabs. There's going to be discussions in different places, I think, in different levels, as to how we can keep the momentum going, because I think that's very important. It's not just about the good work that individual schools do, it's what it means for the city that's really important. So we've got to have something a bit more joined up, I think, and that would be very important for the next phase. Whilst each school can see the benefits for their own individual students and for families, I think it's pulling it all together for the whole city that's really, really vital.
Positivity. We need pride. Instead of negative stories being in the press and being spoken on the streets, it needs to be positive stuff that get people a bit of pride in the city.
It's really all in the head. I don't know whether, I think the conditions for change are here. We have the conditions for change. What we need are motivated people who want that, and who have some of the skills to do that. And yeah, we're getting there. So the conditions for change we've got.
What I've learned is there's many conditions that bring about change, and we was talking about conditions being the key to changing communities and for social change to take place. And I'd like to learn about these conditions. That's what I would like.